What's wrong?
Hi. I'm getting a bug bite.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
spilling my stuff. All right. Hi.
We're back,
Where are we at?
as we always say. Where are we?
Well, it's special. We got to get in to the hype. So we had to leave town. What's wrong? It's okay. We're already rolling. No one can hear you whenever you set the mic down.
Okay.
Okay. We had to leave town. It's hype. We're here. This is for video. It's a two-parter. Audio, it's one. Like the biggest movie event since the last big movie event.
Yeah, we went to the movies.
The biggest marketing movie scheme since the
But
last
we're not in
movie
Tampa
marketing scheme.
anymore, are we?
We're in one of our few on locations. We've done Casadega, Florida.
We've done somewhere else as well.
But this might be our first out-of-state one.
Might be. We are in basically outside of
Paradise.
Charles. We're in paradise. We're in the low country. We're in the marsh. We are in specifically James Island / Folly Beach, South Carolina. And we are visiting on a little vacay, visiting some family and taking a little personal vacay with the kiddos as well.
Yeah, all the patron dollars got us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those patron dollars.
But then like family excursions, and because everyone around us was into the movie hype, the marketing buzz
Yeah.
for Barbie and Oppenheimer.
They came out this weekend.
We split ways and we each saw one of them.
We split ways. It was
Yeah.
so sad.
So this special episode / video part,
Will be I tell Jesse about Barbie.
and I tell Lee about Oppenheimer.
Right.
And so audio will be one big thing. Video, you're watching the Barbie one right now.
Okay.
But we're here. We'll probably do both parts here on the balcony.
Patio of our place
We're
staying
overlooking-
at currently.
But it's been, we're overlooking the marsh area. Low tide's happening, so we already...
So we've had a good couple days so far here. We've been doing some outdoorsy stuff.
But even on vacation, you can't escape
The podcast.
the movie hype.
No.
The end of cinema, as we
No.
know it. When you're in the ending days of cinema, you have to be there.
That's right.
And so Barbie and Oppenheimer are there.
Yeah.
So we're drinking. We got some, it's a local thing. Edmund's Company.
Edmund's Oast.
Yeah.
Edmund's Oast Brewing Company, and it is in South Carolina, Charleston.
It's
It's
a
a
sour
local beer.
guava to represent
We've
Tampa.
been there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We went to the brewery.
Represent Tampa. We got a
But
guava,
we just picked it
tangerine,
up
sour.
today. Yeah. Yeah. it
And
does
as I
have
was
to-
saying off camera, it tastes like a sour.
But it's a mild sour.
every
It's a
sour
good
you've ever
sour.
had.
Some sours I feel are too sour, and it's hard for me to get through. This one is really good. It's mild and smooth.
Yeah, though we're not at a brewery or anything, sours are like our pace cars.
Yes.
You know, a sour slows you down regardless, which is good. It's what you want.
We went to a brewery earlier.
Yeah, but we just had one little beer.
We
It
had
wasn't
one
quite
beer.
the vibe. A little too much mighty mighty bossa tones on the radio for us to podcast.
It was. It was a nice little
Mm-hmm.
brewery, and the beer was good.
All right, so for audio, we'll just kind of take turns. We'll do
Okay.
our thing, and
Let's
then for video, we'll do a part 1 and part 2. This is part 1. We'll do a part 2 for Oppenheimer,
Okay.
and because this is one of the few where we.
So you're letting me go first.
Yeah, I think you should tell me about Barbie.
Okay.
And again, I think for the town, we can have a conversation about it. I already have thoughts about Barbie, and I
course
haven't
you
even
do.
seen it.
Of course you do.
And I will just say off the bat, I wasn't opposed to seeing Barbie.
Of course not.
There's some things I'm interested in about it, but I feel it's probably going to live up to my low expectation for it.
Well, I was not excited to see it, but like you said, we were coming to see family, and my sister and niece and her friend, little girls group, went to see Barbie. So I was in 100% just to be with
Well, a week
them,
before we even got here, and let's just say,
but I wasn't
no one's immune.
against seeing it.
No one's immune.
either.
There's been some major media manipulation. Everyone, it seemed, in the country was either hyped to see Barbie, hyped to see Oppenheimer. and or both. And I'll be honest.
I was not hyped to see either, but
well, I
didn't really know much about Oppenheimer, and I wasn't hyped to see Barbie, but I was hyped to see it with my niece and my sister.
And my point I was going to make was kind of maybe knowing what you know now after seeing Barbie and knowing what I kind of expected going into Oppenheimer. No one should be excited to see either one of those movies.
Why?
Well, let's get into it. No, I'm saying part of the hype, I think, is unjustified for these films.
It's hype.
Yeah, but it's overhyped.
Such as the word hype means, the definition of hype, right?
I'm saying like an over-stylized, fairly vapid, toy-inspired movie, which is just a product, shouldn't make people super happy, nor should a 3-hour movie where people just talk about making a bomb for 3 hours should not also make people excited.
True.
It's just a matter of if one or both or none were done well.
So I think I went into Barbie optimistic.
Okay.
I went into Barbie thinking.
Let's say how you started. You went into optimistic, and then also end with how did you come out of Barbie immediately once you saw me?
I came out feeling.
But no, you can say how you went in and then how you came out. So I remember what you said when you came out.
I went into Barbie feeling optimistic. And I felt like, okay, even though I'm not that excited to see it, I think this is going to be a good experience because, like you said, there's a lot of hype about it. And maybe I'm not. Yes, I was a girly girl, and yes, I had Barbies growing up, but it's not this huge nostalgic thing for me. Barbie is not.
Yeah.
And I'm not overly feminist about it either, where oh my God, Barbie represents blah, blah, blah. Like, it's destroying girls' body image issues. I have major opinions about body image and what girls see on media and whatnot. But do I think Barbie does all of that? No, I think there's other culprits in the world that do that.
I'm just checking for
recording. Anyway, I went in and my first thought is Margot Robbie is the perfect Barbie.
Okay, that's good.
She's gorgeous and she looks just like, as they call her, stereotypical Barbie. That's her name.
Is Ryan Gosling a good Ken?
He is.
Okay.
He's actually, I thought
he was a little short for the role, but I could be wrong.
No, he actually, I want to say he outacts Margot Robbie.
Okay.
His performance is really good as Ken, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling do a great job in their performance of what they're supposed to do. And I think Ryan Gosling really embodied Ken more so than Margot Robbie embodied Barbie.
Okay.
I do have to say, I do think that. But I don't know if other women felt this. I've never thought about Barbie as like a movie and how it would be and whatever. So it was kind of alarming when they kind of created this way that girls thought about Barbie. I never thought about Barbie that way growing up, but now they're telling me this is the way I thought about Barbie.
How did they tell you think about Barbie? Because remember, I haven't seen it.
That Barbie's perfect. Barbie's happy all the time. Barbie has girls' nights every night.
But are they doing in this sort of either ironic thing or in the we're made to think this, but the reality is that's not true?
No. Okay, so you go into Barbie Land. Well, okay, it first starts.
So this is set in the toy world.
It first starts.
The Mattel property.
It first starts where it's like a vast desert land.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And there's these little girls playing with baby dolls. Yeah. And then someone decides that, girls have been taught to mother and play with babies, like baby dolls. Girls need a toy that represents a grown woman that has like a job. Okay. They're not like mothering that Barbie. They're imitating life and who they could be. So the girls start smashing the baby dolls to pieces. Okay, whatever. That was kind of funny and weird. I didn't mind that. Then we pan to Barbie Land. So Barbie Land is, Mattel World, Barbie Land with the dream house.
Yeah.
Girls rule everything because Barbies.
Yeah.
And, you know, Barbie goes in a closet and magically has a new outfit.
Yeah.
And Barbie doesn't have to walk downstairs or anything because when you're playing with Barbie and you take her from the top floor to the next, you just take her down so she can just levitate down to the second floor because it's like a little girl playing with Barbie. And she never stands on her flat feet.
Yeah.
She always has the arch, the heels. And she's just perfect all the time. She doesn't actually even eat in the thing. They show her eating, but she just...
Yeah.
Just like you would play with a doll.
Yeah.
And all of her Barbie friends... So the world is ruled by Barbie. There's a woman president. They have girls' night every night. They have Barbie dance party every night.
Okay, yeah.
On and on and on. Ken he only exists if Barbie gazes at him. And every man Barbie in Barbie Land is named Ken.
Okay.
And all the Barbies are named Barbie.
I thought there were other male characters other named Ken in the Barbie.
There's one other
but
one.
It doesn't matter.
In the movie, and his name is Alan.
Yeah, I just thought there were other toys that were not just all called Ken. But I don't
know. But
same thing if there wasn't all just Barbies.
Yeah.
There's other characters.
And Alan, I think, is meant to be a maybe gay Barbie.
Okay.
Because he wears it's played by the guy who did. Oh no, I can't remember his name.
Doesn't matter.
We've seen him in a lot of movies. Anyway, he wears a rainbow outfit.
Okay.
But he doesn't say he's gay or anything. But he hangs out with all the Barbies, not the Kens.
Okay.
And anyway, Barbie starts to malfunction.
Okay. So just getting
in
to
the first part that she malfunctions on is that she is not on her tippy toes anymore. She becomes flat-footed. Okay, and she's like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then the whole undercurrent of the story is that this is happening because someone in the real world is having memories / thoughts about Barbie not being perfect anymore and whatever. And Barbie has to go to the real world to find this person who she thinks at the time is a little girl, but it's not. And make her realize that Barbie is still perfect and whatever. Yeah. So there's two really good things about Barbie.
So they mix those things often, how do you bring a toy into a movie? You do the toy world, but then you also have to bring the real world in it. We've seen it with
and then there's a chase.
He-Man. We've seen it with Sonic.
Barbie goes into the real world through a portal.
So anyway, all that happens. So you come out of the movie, and where are you at?
Well, the funniest part, the weirdest part of the movie is that Ken goes to the real world with her. He hides in her car, Barbie car, as they're driving into the real world. And then he sees the real world. This is kind of the whole message of the movie. He sees the real world. Yeah. And he's like, wait a minute. The real world is really ruled by men. It's patriarchy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking this back to Barbie Land, and I'm changing Barbie Land into Kendom.
That's funny.
Okay. So he's like, wait, all white men are running this business. Yeah. All, and that's how he's looking from afar at how women are treated or how women act. He's like, Barbie Land should not be Barbie Land. It should be Kendom. So he goes back while she's still in the real world, changes Barbie Land into Kendom.
All right. Like I said, we don't want a whole plot synopsis. That's not what we're here for. We're here for reactions. I'm sorry to interrupt.
So.
No, we're staying on
telling you about Barbie.
I know, but I get the picture. I don't want us to get the whole plot. This isn't a plot summary.
So.
It's reactions, thoughts. What does it do well? What does it not do well? All that stuff.
What does it do well?
But I'm saying that you came out of the movie theater, you and the party you're with had a general reaction. Let's get to
that was not great.
I think your quote was, that movie was terrible.
It was
Let's not
terrible.
sugarcoat it.
It was
Let's get to the
terrible.
hot takes.
It was
so
terrible.
I'm trying to understand what makes it terrible. So like right now, the stuff you're telling me, I was like, okay, there's some decent stuff there.
For
There's
me,
a decent theme there. So
there is
what
a
gave you
decent
the
theme.
knee-jerk reaction of, this is a terrible movie,
The
I
thing
don't
that
like
made
it?
it terrible were the things that they were trying to make funny weren't that funny. And
that's what I mean. That's the stuff we want, not the plot.
And all I wanted at the end was, okay, if we're going to say a theme of like patriarchy and whatnot, I wanted at the end to be like, no, when we come back and take a vote, if this should be Barbie Land or Kingdom, it should be equal.
Okay.
We're not going to downplay Ken anymore and make him useless and worthless and mindless and make Barbie everything. It should be a split world, equality.
So my question is, should a Barbie movie?
And I thought that was lost, and it wasn't like that at all. And I thought that ending was terrible.
So thinking
in a
about
world of today.
No, I get that.
So are we so feminist that we're just degrading all men now?
Yeah.
Is that what we do?
Do you go to the other side of the argument?
So I thought we were going to equal things out in the end.
Yeah, is the solution to inequality going to the other side of the pendulum? Isn't that just as bad as the other side, right?
Right, and I thought way they...
But
I thought the way that they destroyed men and how their brains didn't work and how useless they were.
But is part of it trying to be funny?
If it was trying to be funny, but then in the end, what's the message?
Right, you do it at the expense of another,
So you do it at the expense of the other gender completely? You don't find some kind of equal ground in the end? You can do it to be funny at first to prove a point, but I felt like...
I got it.
I understand patriarchy and I understand women have been whatever. I am 100% for all that, but I also think we should leave it in a world that should become more equal. And not just...
But should a Barbie movie, and I don't know the answer to this, should a Barbie movie, thinking about it, so what I'm watching is, right, I'm watching a lot of people come in, there's a lot of people all dressed in pink. It's billed as a movie just to have fun, right? To your question earlier.
Yeah, the themes and stuff are not fun at all.
That's what I'm saying. To your thing earlier saying, I didn't really have that much invested in Barbie, or I didn't think about Barbie this way. I honestly don't think most people who are going to the movie think about Barbie that way either.
It kind of, the people that are all dressed up in pink going to see Barbie with their daughter, it kind of makes them look foolish because I'm like, this is not that. This is not silly and funny.
My thought is like, it's just, you're getting sold
it's really dark.
You're just getting, you're getting sold a bill of fun.
Right.
And like Barbie, I think the majority of the audience goers, they're not excited. They don't live and breathe or think about Barbie. They're not saying, oh, finally there's a Barbie movie.
No.
I've been waiting for this IP to like be made. Finally, someone's making Barbie on the big screen. I think it's just sold the bill of like, oh, I know Barbie. I know enough.
It's nostalgia.
It's something I can, buy into. And I understand this idea of just fashion forward, empowered woman thing. And should it just be that fun kind of movie? Can it, or should it have a heavier message in it too?
Well, sure, it should have a heavier message, but I mean, it was very, very heavy messaged.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or is it too heavy?
It was almost too heavy with it going out extreme on the other side. Like,
if it was just a fun movie with dumb jokes and corny, cringy stuff, would it be better?
No, but I think it could have ended in a way that, like, what are we teaching our girls?
So I'm saying,
okay, what's the point of the movie? Are we teaching them that hate men, all men are bad, don't ever let a man, or should we be teaching our kids, no, you can be whatever you want to be. You shouldn't let any man hold you back, but you should also treat people with respect and equality. Yeah. Like, so I think that I thought it was a disgusting message in the end.
So when you and your sister came out, and I know you can't speak for her, but both of you were like, oof, that was rough. An hour in, it was like, oh, there's still an hour to go. Right?
Yeah.
So the reaction of like, oh, this is not for me type movie, was that because of the heavy-handed message? Or was it something else that was just like, what am I watching? So I think that was her quote.
I think it was a little bit of both.
What am I watching?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think For me,
or is it this idea of like, like the old Saturday Night Live sketch thing where you have like a really good idea and they turn a Saturday Night Live sketch into a whole movie back in the day, and you were like, oof, this was good. I don't know if it was 90 minutes to 120 minutes
yeah,
good.
I think that was it. It was just like, okay, yeah, that would have been a good Saturday Night Live sketch, and I would have gotten the message. But at the same time, I was just kind of like disgusted by the just degrade men thing in general. Like, I don't know. We have 4 boys, and I feel like no, all men aren't stupid. All men shouldn't be treated that way.
Well, you and I both have the feeling of you never take extreme views on anything, even if one side is bad. You don't get that. You don't redeem things by pulling down the other side.
Yeah,
because you send a mixed message.
That's what I didn't like about it. The one positive.
Yeah, and you said there was something I really liked. What you got?
I really liked Kate McKinnon, and she was my favorite character.
Well, she's funny.
So when you're little and you destroy a Barbie, like you cut their hair, you put makeup on the Barbie, you dress them crazy, you rip their clothes. A lot of little girls do that, or you burn their hair.
Yeah, you cut their hair.
She was that Barbie, and she was really funny, and she was the best part of the movie, honestly.
So to me, is the better movie. Because here's my problem with Barbie going.
Can I tell you what the whole theme paralleled?
Yeah.
The whole movie paralleled
Toy Story.
Genesis and the Garden of Eden.
Oh, Genesis. Okay. You got to pull from something.
So once Barbie was made aware of...
Yeah, once you take a bite of the fruit, once you're aware of your nakedness and your...
It kind of destroys everything, right? And the whole thing, there was a lot of themes, even
which that's an interesting thing, loss of innocence.
Yeah,
and all
that's what definitely they paralleled it on, like the Book of Genesis, Adam and Eve.
Which is interesting, just like their whole like creationist angle. You know what I mean? See, here's my problem going into Barbie. And my problem with kind of movies in general right now, right? And why I think even Oppenheimer, which we'll get to in a minute, suffers a little bit from this, but not the same. So many things currently, if it's not a superhero sequel movie, right? It's some sort of product movie. Barbie is a product. Barbie is a toy by Mattel. It's something that was just made to sell toys. And, you make things to sell more toys. Obviously, I don't think they're trying to sell Barbie dolls, though sure they'll get a kickback. But even back in the 90s, the holiday Barbie was this huge, big deal, right? You get the holiday Barbie. People go bananas over it. And so you have good people involved in this movie. Greta Gerwig, I mean, who we like a lot.
Yeah.
Great actress. Great director. Does really good stuff.
And a lot of people loved this
Noah
movie.
Baumbach.
Yeah.
Which is her husband.
Yeah.
And they've worked together. They've been in films together. He helped write this movie with her.
I mean, the movie was smart
so
in a way.
So I'm saying you have smart, good filmmakers, and they're getting gobbled up to make high budget. And I get you want to grow in your career, but you're making these soulless films. You don't get to be a Jordan Peele.
No.
Who did I love? Nope. It wasn't my favorite movie. Yeah. But at least he got to make an original idea film, like on a big scope that got the hype. Everybody's like, you got to see Nope. And Nope is a pretty good movie. It's not a great movie. It's good.
It was good. It was enjoyable. But I liked it more than Barbie.
But it's an original idea. It's an alien type movie that brings in these concepts of these heavier themes about African Americans and their role in Hollywood, early Hollywood and cinema and all this other stuff, right? So there's some underlying currents, but it's also like big budget Hollywood thing. But he's a writer, director with a vision. And they're like, let us give you this big idea, put it on screen. Greta Gerwig, who she has expressed that she wants to make big movies now, no more small movies. So she gets Barbie, but she gets this, and next I think she's doing C.S. Lewis, Narnia movies, right? And it's like, why are we just getting things regurgitated to us and good and interesting voices, right? Noah Baumbach and her do White Noise, and no one really pays attention to White Noise. And White Noise is a novel adaptation, so it's the same thing, but at least it's something not in the mainstream. But you have that, but it's also this push on products. You have a Barbie movie. You have, what are the big movies? Barbie, Super Mario Brothers. Like these products we know. The movie we didn't care about either, Inside. I'm sorry, not Inside, Air. Air's a movie about a shoe.
I didn't really like that.
It's a movie about a shoe. It's about the Air Jordan shoe.
I didn't like that at all.
And it's like we're getting shown big movies that, remember these things you loved? This Air Jordan shoe? This Barbie doll?
Yeah, it's
the Super Mario Brothers
nostalgia.
video game.
Everyone's going to go see it.
Remember the game Tetris? Here's a movie about Tetris. Remember Blackberries? Here's a movie about Blackberries. You know, it's not a movie about, yes, there's people in them. I thought of fruit
when you said that, but I know
it's actually a movie which I refuse to watch about the guy who made Flaming Hot Cheetos. And it's like, hey, you want to know about all those products you buy and gobble up? Well, here's a movie you can buy and gobble up too. And it seems, and it's a little unfortunate when you have good actors and good cinema people, those, if they don't want to do a superhero movie, they have to do a movie like that. And it's very rare, unless you're a Christopher Nolan or a Jordan Peele, that you get to do a big, huge idea of your own. But that's why Oppenheimer's a biopic. That's why I said Oppenheimer is a little bit in this, because we also eat up biopics. If it's an Elvis movie, if it's, you know what I mean? It's Ray Charles, it's Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I just thought it was.
So anyway, that's why I kind of went in with like, really, we're just getting, it's you and I who grew up in like Saturday morning cartoons and Mattel Barbie commercials. And I get some of it could be poking fun at the Barbie commercial. And that's why I like your point about it might have been a little more interesting to be the whole meta, just the Barbie doll in people's lives. And
yeah, like what about making more and different Kens and making, you know, like, okay, yeah, we grew in that they made different Barbies with different body types and different Barbies with different professions and different Barbies of different skin colors.
The toy line took that when it got heat in the
But then why are we still downing a man Barbie?
Yeah.
Like whatever, I don't know. It was fine.
Like that heavy agenda side.
I didn't like that heavy agenda side.
Just give me my popcorn and cherry Coke.
I don't mind the heavy agenda. If it ended the way we should be teaching girls to be.
It's like, okay, Barbie, let's go party. Remember that song?
Yes. I mean, would I want my daughter to be like, screw men, you don't need a man. No, okay, you don't need a man in your life, but there's nothing wrong with having a relationship, and there's nothing wrong with having
it's fine. Maybe it's fine the men or people in your life who are going to value you and treat you fairly and treasure those folks. And the ones who don't, you part ways. You move on.
There was never any ending of that with Ken. It was just like, Ken, you go back to being dumb, and Ken,
put you back in your place.
Forget the patriarchy. We're going to make you fight each other so we can have the vote and get Barbie Land back.
Wow.
And, you know, destroy each other, basically.
It looks good,
in the
right,
Bible or Greek mythology story.
Yeah. The movie looks good?
Sure, yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, it looks super plasticky and over the top, which could be a good aesthetic.
Yes, yeah, it looks good. Will Ferrell is not that funny in it at all.
Will Ferrell, look, hot take. Will Ferrell hasn't been funny for 10 plus years.
He plays into the male dumbness
But it's easy, like I said, you know, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, all the things I've said. I'm not a fan of low-hanging fruit. Unless it's a movie that's obviously about low-hanging fruit, then I'm all about it. Like, oh, this is about absurdist comedy, like, the joke is because it's the low-hanging fruit, the self-aware. But
I went in with an open mind.
Yeah, no.
But I came out with an annoyance.
Because of Greta, because of Noah Baumbach, I kind of had hopes for it.
Yeah.
But the thing that really got me was the IP trap, the trap of, something has to already be a big product and known name. It's easier to sell.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that was like stood out as being ridiculous or really good. The soundtrack was okay.
I'm sure it's like a bunch of pop numbers of current hits.
It was kind of funny, like Ken, you know, when the Barbie girls were trying to make the Kens believe that they were being subservient to them to take back Barbie Land.
Yeah.
they kept telling him, I just really want you to play your guitar and sing that song. And they sing it over and over again for hours and hours and hours. And it's I forget who sings it, but it's the...
Oh, it's some... Is it Matchbox 20 or is it...
I don't know if I've ever been lied to you, but I'm a little bit lonely.
Okay. I just heard there's some Ryan Gosling cover.
Hold on.
From some song.
I'm a little bit angry.
I don't know.
That one?
Yeah, okay, sure. But anyway.
I don't know. Anyway, it talks about like, oh, I want to push you around. And I will. I want to push you around.
That's Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Matchbox 20.
And it's like male anger. I want to push you around.
Yeah,
I want to.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
That male macho.
So they sing it over and over and over again. And that was kind of funny. But at the same time, I'm like, so every... And then they got up and the girls... This is the part that messed with me the much. So they're all sitting around a bonfire. All the Kens are singing this song to the Barbie.
All the Kens don't look the same, though.
No.
It would be funny to me if they all look like Ryan Gosling. No. That'd be like a funny, weird...
There's an Asian Ken. But they're all Ken.
Okay.
So then the girls... This bothers me. And maybe I'm traditional. I don't know.
No, I'm okay.
The girls start purposely messing with Ken by switching Kens.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to go over here and act like I'm in love with this Ken. And you go over there and act like you're in love with that Ken.
Yeah.
And they were like starting to get like, what's happening? Where'd my Barbie go?
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's just retribution. It's payback, right?
Is this what we're teaching girls to do? Is this what we're teaching girls to do? Really? I mean, I think it's a sad state if this is how we teach girls to deal with male patriarchy or whatnot, to mess with men and to manipulate and to... That's not the way to gain power or show that you're worthy of power as a woman. I just don't think that's the right message, and that bothered me.
I gotcha. Yeah.
The end. Period.
Okay. So that's Barbie. Like I said, I think it's kind of hard to make any sort of subversive Barbie type film. Only if you like knowing the real reality. It's like it's a property controlled by Mattel. And they're not going to let... I mean, they'll be gladly to push the girl power, female perspective agenda because that's the brand.
Yeah, I mean... And then at the end, you see Barb... Should I say the end?
No, we can't. No, we don't want to spoil it for folks because, you know,
the ending was
you left a glowing recommendation just for people to see it.
The ending was even worse.
All right. That's Barbie. Mm-hmm. So you saw Barbie.
I saw Barbie.
I went an hour before you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Oppenheimer.
You saw Oppenheimer with the boys.
Which is 3 hours.
Did the split
Again,
up
very
thing.
Gender split thing.
We never do that.
But
either.
We'll be honest. For reasons, we initially intended to everybody just go see Barbie.
Yeah, we did.
But my kids wanted to see Barbie with somebody else, so it's like we'll split.
They had already promised to see Barbie. Yeah,
we're like, no worries. So we'll go see Oppenheimer. That's like the only other movie playing right now at this theater. So we went and saw it. But my oldest wanted to see it. Youngest could learn about World War II a bit, I guess. But let's should take a quick break.
Because I'm sweating.
And if you're watching the video,
it's literally 100 degrees.
And you want to see? We already saw our Barbie hot take. You'll see our Oppenheimer hot take on our next video or in the podcast. We'll just, after this ad break, we'll or Oppenheimer audio clip or Barbie, depending on what we find.
Okay.
We'll resume.
Okay.